All right, so get ready, because today we are diving deep into the world of the Shih Tzu.
Ooh, exciting.
I know, right? And we've got a ton of fascinating research to unpack, everything from their history to their personality quirks.
Awesome.
But first, tell me, did you know that these little guys were once the cherished companions of Chinese royalty?
It's true, and we're not just talking like some random dukes and barons. We're talking emperors and nobles. They were practically treated like furry emperors and empresses themselves.
Wow. Okay, so why were they so highly valued in the royal court?
So picture this. The Forbidden City, centuries ago, Shih Tzus weren't just like cute companions. They were like status symbols, living embodiments of luxury and good fortune.
Interesting.
Yeah. Some historians actually believe they were even thought to possess mystical qualities.
Like what?
Capable of warding off evil spirits.
Oh, wow. So they were like tiny four-legged good luck charms with luxurious fur. No wonder they were so pampered.
Exactly. And this pampering went on for centuries, meticulously shaping their breed. Yeah. Our sources suggest they were developed as early as the 17th century.
Wow.
During the Ming Dynasty. Potentially with some Pekingese and even Bulldog thrown into the mix, which explains their unique look.
That's fascinating. I always wondered about that adorable smushed face. So we've got ancient mystical beliefs, careful breeding by royalty, and a dash of Pekingese and Bulldog. Talk about a pedigree.
And speaking of pedigree, that royal treatment has definitely left its mark on the Shih Tzu's personality, even today. But before we jump into that, what do you picture when you think of a Shih Tzu physically?
Long flowing hair for sure.
Yes.
And those big soulful eyes that just melt your heart.
Right on. They're compact but sturdy, usually weighing between 4 and 7 kilos and standing 20 to 28 centimeters tall.
Okay.
Which makes them perfect for apartment living.
That's a good point.
Yeah. But those luxurious coats, oh, they're a commitment.
I bet.
Daily brushing is non-negotiable if you want to avoid a tangled mess.
Okay, I'm making a note of that. Daily brushing, check. But what about those short little noses? Are they just for cuteness, or is there more to it?
Well, they definitely add to their charm, but those short snouts, technically called brachycephaly, are something to keep in mind for their health and well-being.
I see where this is going. So they're cute, but maybe not the best for intense games of fetch on a hot summer day.
You're catching on. We'll get into the health details a bit later, but for now, let's talk about their personality. What comes to mind?
Loving, loyal, a bit of a diva. My clothes.
You're getting warmer. They are famous for their affectionate nature. They thrive on human companionship.
Okay.
And are often described as playful and mischievous with a touch of stubbornness. It's like they haven't quite forgotten those days of royal treatment.
Okay, I can totally see that. So they're little bundles of love who know their worth.
Haha.
But how does that translate to training? Are they quick learners, or do they need a bit more patience?
Good question. They're definitely intelligent, but that independent streak, inherited from their imperial ancestors, can make training, well, a bit tricky.
So maybe not the best choice for someone looking for a dog who'll jump through hoops on command?
Well, they can learn those tricks, but it might take a bit more finesse. The key is to tap into their love of pleasing their humans. Positive reinforcement is a must. Think lots of praise, tasty treats,
Right.
and keeping training sessions fun and engaging.
Got it. So ditch the drill sergeant approach and channel your inner cheerleader instead.
Exactly. And remember, early socialization is just as crucial as training. Expose them to different sights, sounds, people, and other animals from a young age to help them become well-rounded pups.
Makes sense.
Think of it as prepping them for life outside the palace walls.
So we've got pampered palace pups turned modern-day divas with hearts of gold. What's not to love? But let's get real for a second. Those luxurious locks have to require some serious upkeep, right?
Oh, absolutely. Remember, daily brushing is just the beginning. We're talking baths, ear cleaning, nail trims, the whole 9 yards.
Okay, so maybe not a low-maintenance breed. But for all that love and companionship, I'm sure it's worth the effort, right?
You're starting to sound like a Shih Tzu convert already, but before you run out and adopt one, there's a lot more to uncover about their pair.
Okay.
Especially those potential health concerns we touched on earlier.
Right, you mentioned those short noses can be an issue. What should potential Shih Tzu owners be aware of?
Well, brachycephaly can lead to breathing difficulties, especially in hot weather, and they're also prone to eye problems like cataracts and dry eye. We'll get into the details of these conditions and how to manage them in just a bit.
It's getting really interesting. I'm ready to go deeper.
Welcome back to our deep dive all about Shih Tzus. Remember we talked about, their royal upbringing and how it maybe shaped their personality?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, let's unpack that a little more.
I'm ready. It's fascinating to think that their time, spent being pampered by emperors might still influence how they act today.
Think about it this way. For centuries, they were, surrounded by luxury, showered with attention,
Right.
basically treated like royalty themselves.
Yeah.
It's no wonder they developed a certain, air of confidence,
Uh-huh.
maybe even a touch of entitlement.
So that explains the stubborn streak.
Uh-huh.
It's like they're saying, look, I'm descended from emperors. I don't just fetch for anyone.
Exactly. That independent spirit is part of their charm,
Mm-hmm.
but it's important to be aware of it when training.
Right.
It's not that they're not intelligent, they are.
Yeah.
It's just that they need a bit more motivation and positive reinforcement, to really shine.
Makes sense. So we've established that training a Shih Tzu requires a bit more, finesse and positive reinforcement than some other breeds.
Right.
But what about their day-to-day care?
Ah, yes, the practical stuff. Let's start with those glorious coats. You mentioned daily brushing, but that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Huh.
What else is involved in keeping a Shih Tzu looking their best?
Think of it as a spa day, every day.
Wow, okay.
Regular baths are important, but you can't just use any old shampoo.
Right.
Their skin is quite sensitive, so a gentle, pH-balanced formula designed for dogs is essential.
Got it. A gentle touch is key. Is there anything else I should know about bath time?
Drying is crucial. You can't let them just air dry, especially with all that fur.
Right.
A thorough towel dry followed by a gentle blow dry will help prevent mats and skin problems.
Wow, that's a lot more involved than I thought.
Yeah.
But I guess it's worth it to keep those luxurious locks looking their best.
Mm-hmm.
What about other grooming needs?
Well, those adorable ears need regular cleaning to prevent infections. You can use a gentle ear cleaner and cotton balls to wipe away any dirt or wax buildup.
Okay, ears, check. What about their nails?
Mm-hmm.
I imagine those need trimming too.
Absolutely. Overgrown nails can be uncomfortable and even lead to problems walking.
Right.
You can trim them at home with a special pair of clippers designed for dogs, or take them to a groomer.
It sounds like there's a lot to keep track of.
Yeah.
Are there any other essential grooming tips for a Shih Tzu owner?
One often overlooked area is dental care.
Oh, okay.
Shih Tzus are prone to dental issues.
Huh.
So brushing their teeth regularly with a dog-specific toothpaste is crucial.
Okay, so daily brushing for their coat, regular baths with gentle shampoo, thorough drying, ear cleaning, nail trimming, and dental care. I'm starting to see why you called it a daily spa day.
Haha. It is a commitment, but a rewarding one. A well-groomed Shih Tzu is a happy and healthy Shih Tzu.
I like that.
But now let's circle back to those health concerns we touched on earlier. Remember, their adorable short noses can come with some challenges.
Right, you mentioned brachycephaly. What exactly does that mean for their health?
Well, because of their flat faces, their airways are often more narrow, which can make breathing difficult, especially in hot or humid weather.
So they're more sensitive to heat than other breeds.
Exactly. It's important to be mindful of this, especially during exercise. Avoid strenuous activity on hot days. Make sure they have access to shade and plenty of fresh water. And consider a harness instead of a collar to avoid putting pressure on their trachea.
Okay, avoiding overheating is definitely top of mind now. What about those eye problems you mentioned? What should owners be on the lookout for?
One common issue is dry eye, a condition where the eyes don't produce enough tears, leading to irritation and potential vision problems.
So what can owners do to help prevent or manage dry eye?
Regular vet checkups are crucial for early detection, and if diagnosed, your vet can prescribe eye drops or other treatments to keep their eyes lubricated and healthy.
Makes sense. Early detection is key for so many health issues. You also mentioned cataracts. What are those and how do they affect a Shih Tzu's vision?
Cataracts are a clouding of the lens of the eye, which can cause blurry vision and eventually even blindness if left untreated.
Oh, wow. Sounds serious. Is there anything owners can do to prevent cataracts?
While some cataracts are age-related, others can be caused by, underlying health conditions or even genetics. Regular vet visits are essential to monitor eye health and catch any issues early on.
It sounds like regular vet checkups are a must for Shih Tzu owners, especially to, keep an eye on those potential breathing and eye problems.
Absolutely. Preventative care is key to ensuring a long and healthy life for your Shih Tzu.
Definitely.
But, there's one more health concern that we haven't touched on yet, and it's something that's often overlooked, even by experienced dog owners.
I'm intrigued. Tell me more. What is it?
Weight management. It's a big one, and it can have a huge impact on their overall health and well-being.
Really? But they're so small and adorable. How can they become overweight?
It's easier than you think.
Really?
Shih Tzus love to eat, and they're not exactly known for their athleticism.
I can see how those irresistible puppy dog eyes could lead to, some extra treats. But why is weight management so important for them?
Well, obesity can put extra strain on their joints, increasing the risk of conditions like hip dysplasia, which can be very painful and limit their mobility.
Oh, wow.
It can also lead to heart problems, breathing difficulties, and even diabetes.
Wow, I had no idea it was so serious. So what's the key to keeping a Shih Tzu at a healthy weight?
It all comes down to finding the right balance between food and exercise. Choose a high-quality dog food that's specifically formulated for their needs.
Okay.
And be mindful of portion sizes.
Okay, so no more sneaking them table scraps or going overboard with the treats.
Exactly. And make sure they're getting regular exercise, even if it's just a couple of short walks each day and some playtime in the yard or park.
So a balanced diet, regular exercise, and lots of love sounds like a winning formula for a happy and healthy Shih Tzu.
You got it. And remember, if you ever have any concerns about their weight or overall health, always consult with your vet.
Great advice. So we've covered grooming, health concerns, and those unique personality quirks. But there's one more thing I'm curious about. Our research mentioned that Shih Tzus were often used as therapy dogs. Why do you think they're so well suited for that role?
I think it goes back to their, incredibly loving and intuitive nature. They have this amazing ability to sense people's emotions.
Oh, wow.
And offer comfort and support.
So they're like furry little therapists.
In a way, yes. They bring a sense of calm and unconditional love, which can be incredibly therapeutic for people who are struggling.
That's incredible. It just goes to show that there's so much more to Shih Tzus than meets the eye.
Absolutely. They're incredibly special dogs with a lot to offer, but we've talked a lot about their history and how it shaped them, but what about their future?
That's an interesting question. How do you think the Shih Tzu will continue to, evolve in the years to come?
Well, that's a bit of a crystal ball question, isn't it?
Maybe.
Haha.
But I'm curious to hear your thoughts. What trends are you seeing in the world of Shih Tzus?
Well, one thing I've noticed is a growing awareness of the importance of responsible breeding practices.
You mean like breeding for health and temperament rather than just looks?
Exactly. Reputable breeders are increasingly focused on, producing healthy and well-adjusted puppies, which is fantastic for the breed's future.
That's encouraging to hear. What else do you think the future holds for the Shih Tzu?
I think we'll continue to see them shine in roles beyond companionship, such as therapy and emotional support work.
I can definitely see that happening. Their loving nature and intuition make them perfect for those roles.
Absolutely. And who knows, maybe they'll even make a comeback in the royal court.
Okay, maybe not that last part, but I definitely agree that Shih Tzus have a bright future ahead of them.
I think so too. They're adaptable, loving, and full of personality. What's not to love?
Well said. But as much as I'd love to keep gushing about these amazing dogs, I think it's time to wrap up this part of our Shih Tzu deep dive.
Join us next time as we explore some more fascinating insights into the world of this beloved breed.
Welcome back to our Shih Tzu deep dive. We've covered so much: their royal roots, their unique personalities, and even tackled some of the trickier parts of their care.
It's been quite the journey. Honestly, I'm even more impressed by these little dogs than I was before. They really are remarkable companions.
I totally agree. But as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to focus on something that really stood out to me in all the research you gave us.
Okay.
Their incredible adaptability.
Oh, you're so right to highlight that. They can thrive in such a variety of environments and lifestyles. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're like a busy professional living in a bustling city,
right,
or someone with a more laid-back routine in the suburbs.
Yeah.
A Shih Tzu can fit right in.
So you're saying it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of breed?
Absolutely not. They're equally happy cuddling up on the couch for a movie marathon or going for, a brisk walk in the park. And as we discussed earlier, their small size makes them perfect for apartment living.
Right.
Which is a huge plus for so many people these days.
Yeah, for sure. It's amazing how they can seamlessly adapt to different living spaces and routines. But it's not just about physical adaptability, is it? It seems like their temperament plays a big role too, right?
Exactly. Their affectionate and easygoing nature makes them incredibly adaptable to different types of households. They tend to get along well with children, are usually good with other pets. And let's be honest, they're always up for a cuddle no matter who's offering.
That sounds like a recipe for a happy family.
Yeah.
But what about people who are looking for a dog with like a bit more energy? Someone to be their, jogging buddy or hiking partner. Can Shih Tzus keep up with a more active lifestyle?
Well, they're not exactly built for like endurance running or mountain climbing, but don't underestimate them. They still enjoy a good walk or a lively play session in the park. And you might be surprised by their agility and playful antics.
Yeah.
Especially when there's a squeaky toy involved.
So they can definitely hold their own when it comes to playtime and moderate exercise.
Absolutely. And remember, their exercise needs can vary depending on their age and individual personality. Some Shih Tzus are naturally more energetic than others.
Yeah.
So it's all about finding a balance that works for both you and your furry friend.
It sounds like it's all about understanding your Shih Tzu's individual needs and, adapting your activities accordingly.
Exactly. And that's one of the things that makes them such wonderful companions.
Right.
They're adaptable, eager to please, and genuinely just want to be with their humans regardless of what you're doing.
That's so heartwarming. But speaking of adapting to different roles, there's one more aspect of the Shih Tzu's versatility that I think is truly remarkable. You mentioned their work as therapy dogs, and our research really emphasized how well suited they are for that role.
It's incredible, isn't it?
It is.
They have this innate sensitivity and intuition that makes them perfectly suited for providing comfort and support to people in need.
It's like they have a sixth sense for emotional well-being.
Right.
They just seem to know when someone needs a little extra love and attention.
It's true. They're naturally attuned to human emotions and have this amazing ability to bring a sense of calm and peace to any situation.
Yeah.
That's why they're so effective as therapy dogs, offering companionship, reducing stress, and even helping people cope with anxiety and depression.
It's amazing how such a small dog can have such a big impact on people's lives. It really speaks to their special nature.
You said it. Shih Tzus are much more than just, cute faces and fluffy coats.
Yeah.
They're intelligent, adaptable, and deeply compassionate companions who enrich our lives in countless ways.
So as we conclude this deep dive into the world of the Shih Tzu, what's the one, key takeaway you want listeners to remember?
I think it's important for everyone to understand that while Shih Tzus are, incredibly rewarding companions,
Right.
they do require a certain level of commitment and care.
Yeah.
That daily grooming routine we discussed, it's not just a suggestion. It's essential for their well-being. And being aware of, those potential health concerns and addressing them proactively is crucial.
That's such a great point. Shih Tzus bring so much joy to our lives. But it's our responsibility to ensure, their health and happiness in return.
Exactly. It's a partnership. And like any good partnership, it requires effort and understanding from both sides.
Yeah.
But trust me, the rewards of sharing your life with a Shih Tzu are immeasurable.
Well said. And on that note, I want to thank you for joining us on this incredible journey of discovery.
It's been a pleasure exploring the fascinating world of the Shih Tzu with you.
We hope this deep dive has given you a new appreciation for this ancient and adaptable breed. Whether you're already a devoted Shih Tzu parent or simply considering welcoming one into your life.
Remember, every Shih Tzu is an individual with their own unique personality and needs. But one thing remains constant.
Yeah.
They're all deserving of love, care, and the chance to thrive.
Until next time, keep those tails wagging and those hearts open to the wonderful world of dogs.